Hi guys, what's up? Let me get myself situated. All right, here we go. Hey, Coach Ann, thank you for the likes. I had to get my hat because it's sunny out here. Trying to block some of this sun out. I'm just going real quick to go live, motivate folks, get them ready for the 4th of July, the festivities for the night, to make sure they're not going to the family gatherings with negative mindsets and setting off some things, and they get there and then boom, it's a fight. We don't want that, so that's why I'm going to do the motivational talk today. Yeah, so we'll let people come on in. Matter of fact, while they coming in, I'll grab me some water. I forgot to get a water. Okay, all right. Come on in, guys. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Coach Nye. If you guys are just not joining or never joined the platform before, I am Coach Nye. I am here to guide you guys and keep you in alignment with what your purpose is and what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Teaching you how to love on yourself and be the best version of yourself. If you have not gotten my book, Trinity Walk to Self-Love, it is on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart website. The link is through my bio. Also, I offer life coach sessions. The first session is free. You got to book it through the consultation through my website. The link is in the bio. So, that's what I wanted to get that out there first, because I always forget to promote myself. But anyway, enough about me. Let's get into it. So today is the 4th of July. A lot of y'all are going to be out drinking and everything. Y'all having a good old time, hanging out with, be out drinking and everything. Y'all having a good old time, hanging out with the family, hanging out with friends, whatever y'all gonna be doing. I just want y'all to do it safely. But I want to talk to you guys about the importance of grounding yourself, grounding your everything that you've been working hard on, whatever you've been doing to become a better you. I need you to remind yourself of that before you go out to these different engagements tonight and find yourself in a bad situation. Find yourself of everything that you worked so hard for now going down the drain. I had to get my hat on because it's hot out here and I don't want the sun beaming on me. We eventually gonna make our way to the pond. However, I did get the port wet where my where I was supposed to charge my phone. So I don't have that much battery life, so I don't know how long I'm going to be on here, but I'll talk it up until then. So listen, grounding yourself before you engage in any activities today, I want you to go within. I want you to remind yourself. Remember, we've been talking about this, betting on yourself. I want you to bet on yourself. I want you to encourage yourself. I don't want you to want other people to tell you how beautiful you are, or other people to tell you how good you're doing, or other people to do I want you to do these things for yourself, and I want you to pour into yourself. So this is the reason why it's so important, because before you engage in any of these activities, you have to remember where you came from. You have to remember all that hard work that you did, all that hard work that you did with yourself. See, peer pressure is something, right? You stopped drinking, smoking, whatever it was that you was doing, you quit doing it for a while, but then when you get around family, friends, you guys have a gathering like this, then guess what? You want to engage, and it's okay. You can engage. However, you have to remember the people around you. The people around you don't care anything about you overindulging. They don't care nothing about that, because you got to remember, when you healed, when you went through the healing process and you became healed and a better version of yourself, everybody's been trying to find that loophole, that one little pinhole, to see where it is that they can poke and say, oh, I thought you was doing this, oh, I thought you was that, and try and call you a hypocrite, tear you down from everything that you've built up on your own, because they created in their mind what healing looked like. They created in their mind what things supposed to look like. So therefore, they try and hold you to something. So be mindful of that. while you're out indulging. And if you decide to drink, don't overdo it, because no one's going to stop you and say don't drink too much, don't smoke too much, because you know you've been working on yourself. No, they want you to do all of that so they can record you, probably they can talk about you behind your back, they can do all these things to tear you down, to make you feel guilt and shame. And what does guilt and shame do? Guilt and shame puts you in a place of doubting yourself, and it takes you off track and make you get off track and not focus on the right thing, or focus on the thing that you've been doing. That's what the enemy does. So we don't want that, right? So I want to make sure that you guys are grounding yourself before you go out. Hey, Nye, grounding yourself before you go out indulging in anything today or tonight. Do you understand me? I want you guys to take a moment, go within, meditate before you go out. Do some meditation. Go within by reminding yourself who you are, whose you are, and what is your purpose. Go within and just embrace everything. I want you to do a playbook of everything that you've been through, what you've been through and what you're doing and what's happening. I want you to be able to take that and look at it and say, okay, I'm proud of me. Tell yourself you're proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Do these things. You have to do these things. And the reason why you have to do these things is because nobody else is going to do it. All they're going to do is call out all your flaws. That's it. They're going to drag you down. That's it. So you have to make sure that you're looking out for you. You have to continue to pour into yourself. You're what's important. Remember, you're the prize. No matter how bad you're doing, no matter what you got, no matter if you don't have much, no matter if you have much, remember, you are the prize, because you're only accountable for you. So the moment that you go into somebody's life and you just taking hit after hit or blow after blow, because either one, like me, I never wanted to be the one to shake the table, or because I know once I open my mouth and get loose, I'm about to get loose and I'm about to hurt everybody's feelings. So I would take a lot of the blunt. People would say things to me and talk crazy to me, mistreat me, and do all type of things. See, I knew me, you don't know me, right? So I would allow that by not saying anything. And so that would allow people to think that I'm naive, maybe gullible, maybe oblivious, or maybe whatever it is that they may think. Just because I don't react, I see everything. Nothing goes over my head. I catch everything. It's just not important for me to react, because I know I overreact. So that's why I stayed quiet for so long, and I did not say things to people or react with people, because I didn't want to hurt no feelings, because I know I'm gonna shake the table. So maybe that's you, but at the end of it all, you have to remember who you are, whose you are. You have to pour into yourself. You have to remember, if that person can come in your life and tear your life upside down, speak to you very negatively, nasty, and just mistreat you and treat you any and every kind of way, if they can do that to you, then why must you respect them? Me, I respected because of restraint. It was to keep me from shaking the table, because my table shakes I'm going to jail. That's how it was, right? So now, understanding, I went through the healing process. It became the better version of myself. I realized that all this shaking the table wasn't necessary. All this sitting back being quiet wasn't necessary. See, it's a way to speak up for yourself without being so belligerent, without being so riled up, without being so nasty. It's a way to speak to people. It's a way to get your point across without having to cut so deep, or without having to cuss them out real good. So you cuss them out real good. You done said every curse word in the book, and somehow all of them, when it came out your mouth, it made much sense. Nothing sounded crazy. Everything was like, oh my God. But it's not necessary. It's not needed. It's not needed. When you start to heal and understand who you are, you understand that you exude, and what you stand, what comes out of you, it's just your aura is power. I don't have to walk in the room and announce I'm here. My spirit already showed up 2 days before, let them know I was coming. So when I walk through a room, yes, when I walk in, it shuts down. It's quiet. Everyone's going to look and see, who is that? It ain't about, oh, well, beauty. It ain't about none of that. It's about my aura. I command a room without trying to command a room. Hey, I command a room without trying to command a room because that's my aura. See, when you heal, that becomes your aura. Your power just stands up. You become very powerful. And then you're very mindful of what comes out of your mouth. You understand that speaking a thing into existence, a curse, a spell, that's all about speaking. It ain't about sitting at the kitchen table and, with your witch pot and stirring up something or putting a name in a jar and burying the name and putting it in fire and all that stuff. It's about speaking. That's why when they say a spell, what do you think spelling is? What do you think? Everything derives from the root. The root is spell, right? So what you speak becomes a thing. What you speak and what you process becomes your belief. So if I speak it, if I believe it to be so, and then I speak it, then I've manifested that it is so. So when you heal and go through the healing process, you're very mindful of that. You make sure that you do not put your mouth on people or say. You're not so quick to speak anymore. I'm not so quick to go off on somebody anymore. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Oh yeah, you guys, come on through. Come on through. I got to get my following up, so come on through. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, you're not so quick to jump off and jump on somebody. You're not going to do that. The reason why you're not going to do that because you understand that you're accountable for everything that you do. Accountability does not mean that, oh, if something happened, it's going to be like karma. It's going to come back to me. Accountability means that you answer to God and God alone. And you're accountable for that. If you made someone, if you said something, hey, men and women out there, when y'all in relationships and y'all like to call the other person, I know someone that would always call his girlfriend, he would always say, that's why you ugly. And he would try and tear her down all the time. And she would come back and say, well, that's why you ain't got no money. And because she, that was the man's worst thing to be looked at as broke. So she would say, you ain't got no money. And they just tearing each other down. But the accountability part is because anytime you make someone fall, meaning that you give them low self-esteem, you have them doubt themselves, you have them come up off their purpose or get away from their destiny, you are accountable for that. Do you understand? So when you start to heal and you start to heal and become healed, and you continue to heal and you continue to reach for better, what you're going to do is enter into something that's called high vibration. And you're never going to leave there. You're never going to leave there. You're always going to have that high vibration. That high vibration, that's that vibration that you sit on that nothing bother you when folks be like, oh man, you're not going to worry. No, I'm not tripping about that. Oh man, well, what about this? I'm not worried about that. Well, I can't worry about that because you understand it ain't about you. Ain't nothing that's going on in this world got anything to do with you. You can die today and the world will continue to go on. But the mission that God gave you will live forever. It's not about you. That's what people need to understand. It's not about you. Hey, baby sis. No matter what happens in this world, you have to remember it's not about you. It's not about me. What's going on has nothing to do with me. Yeah, I got to take the brunt force of it, and I got to go through all this. Yeah, and it hurt. Yeah, and I can't, oh my goodness, it hurts so bad. Why am I going through this? I've been such a good person. Why is this? Because it ain't got nothing to do with me. It's about my purpose. So if I'm operating my purpose, the words that I speak to encourage you, or the words that I speak to lift you up, or to cause you to awaken in your sin, then guess what? My job is done. So I was already used for what God needed me to use for. So if I transition on, guess what? The mission still go on, because if I awakened you, then you're going to awaken the next one. The vibration has to be lifted throughout the entire world. And if you notice, a lot of women are standing up in these hours, and the reason being is because it all starts with us. We give birth to what it is. So if we birth something undesirable, then the world would be undesirable. But if we birth desirable things, if we birth, love, if we teach love, then that's what the world will be, is love, because we are the first teachers to that child here on earth. It is the mother. That's why we're so powerful. That's why we can come into a situation when it comes to our child, our significant other, or any family member. It doesn't matter. When we come into their life, or if we pray over them, or if we speak over them, or if we say something, or just showing up, they feel better. It's because it's the aura that's in us, because of the power within us. That's why we're so important. So, of course, why do you think the enemy is tearing the woman down, having them call us, having the men call us bees, and look at us crazy, and look at us like this, and talk down us, and cheat on us, and things like that? The reason for that is because he has to tear down where the power source is. We are the power source. So if we destroy the power source, then the enemy can have way like he want to. Do you understand? See, it started from women have no rights. We were only made to be wives and mothers and birth. We were only made to be housewives. Then it went on to a point in time that we start working, and then the government, in the black culture, in the government has said that, hey, you can get the Section 8, you can get the government checks, you can get all these things, women, but you can't have a man. So you understand how it went? So then it turned us into fighting against our men, looking down on them, saying, oh, well, you ain't got no more money than me, this person is doing much more, this race is doing much more for me, and you ain't doing nothing. And then our men start going to jail and different things, and you see how it keep going and going, and we became so powerful. We were already powerful, but we became powerful within this realm, within this material world that we live in this material world that we live in. We took our power and abused that power because we don't understand the power that's within us. We only understand the power that's in this materialistic world that they've given us. They've given us better jobs, so that's the power we think it is. They've given us more money, so we think that's the power that's within. So we end up abusing the power, but the power within us lays dormant. And then when that power is trying to stand up, we cap it down with the power that society has given us. So now we're in a place where now a lot of us are tapping into our powers, but we don't understand. A lot of women don't understand what is happening. They don't understand that when they walk in their room, the reason why they're causing chaos, and that girl, that's why everywhere you go, that girl don't like you and they want to fight you. Every time you turn around, these people want to fight you. The reason being is your aura, is the power within you. But since you don't understand about that power, what you're doing is acting out. So your power is standing up. It's going to stand up anyway. Anytime the enemy come, God will always stand first. Anytime the enemy come, there will always be light. So every time the dark come, the light will come. But it's just that you don't understand that you are the light. You looking for everybody else to be the light. And then when you went crazy, and now you going to jail, or you done lost your man because you chasing behind a man, when Proverbs 31 has taught us how to stand by ourselves without a man. It did not say that we had to be a man. It taught us how to be a woman, to go get your jobs, to go out there and be able to take care of yourself. That operating in your purpose, whatever your purpose is, it taught us that. And even if we are married, that we're so focused on our purpose and doing what God have us to do, that we're not worrying about is our man cheating. Our man ain't worrying about cheating because he's operating in this purpose. We got all this friction, and we don't even understand it's the enemy coming up against us. So therefore, if the man can shut us down in the power, remember, we are the womb. We came in. We bringing it in. We're bringing life in. We came from a man to be his helpmate. We came from him to help him navigate this world that God created for us. And then we were to bring in, through the light, we're the light, to bring in life. And we can live happily ever after. But the enemy been attacking us since day one. I still don't believe. I mean, they talk about the Adam and Eve with the apple and everything, but I just be like, well, why the man got an Adam's apple then if we ate the apple? I mean, but that's a niceism. Don't even come for me with that one. But what I'm trying to get you to understand as a woman, how powerful you are. We are super powerful. It ain't about what we got between our legs, because all of us got it. All the women, we have it. It don't matter if it's good or bad. This is the thing. This is what everybody needs to understand. Your power will affect the person that it needs to affect. That's why it says that, we're not supposed to be out here just having sex, because the one that we have sex with, that makes us marry. It's not the law. It's not the law. It's not the paperwork, That's why he told the lady to go get her 7 husbands, because she was smashing 7 of them. She was doing good. But I don't like it. I don't know where these flies coming from. Now, I ain't had no problem with flies out here for the last couple of days. Don't come bother me, bruh. But, you know, at the end of it all, what we need to understand is that if the men would respect us, and however, I say that to say this, some of them can't respect us because we too busy trying to beat them. Let's talk about that. We too busy trying to beat them and beat them to the punch, because ain't nobody gonna mistreat me. I'm a dog you before you dog me. I'm gonna be real mean to you. Those girls are just doing what they supposed to be doing. And I say girls, and the reason why I say girls, because that's what they are. Because no grown woman is about to sit and go back and forth with a man. And the reason why they're not going to go back and forth with a man, because I believe, and I was taught, that you challenge a man, you get in a man's face, he can knock your head between the washer and the dryer, and then you want to cry. Next thing you hear is 911, what's your emergency? But you're never going to tell the full story. As I challenged this grown man, and I got in his face and called him all kind of bitchs and tried to tear him down, and he done knocked my head between the washer and the dryer, and I need somebody to come with a screwdriver to kind of loosen it up a little bit so I can get slap my head from between the washer and the dryer. Y'all, we too busy trying to fight with them. And then men, y'all too busy trying to fight with us. I don't understand, man, what you arguing with a woman for. I don't understand how sassy you want to get. And I tell this story all the time. I was dating a guy, and every time I turned around, he was always yappy. He was yappy. He always, and then this is a big joker. I mean, this joker is big. Like, he 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", and he big. Over 200 pounds, big. And this joker, every time I turn around, he raises his voice. He like to throw his voice, throw his weight around and all this stuff. What you bullying me for? And then when I don't talk to him, it's like, hey, why you ain't talking to me? Because I'm not a lesbian. I'm not arguing with another woman. I don't have to. Nothing against lesbians. It's just that I'm not a lesbian. And so for him, he felt a type of way. But my thing is this. I am a woman. I'm not arguing with you as a man. And you this big over me. I'm 5'4", bruh. I was barely 130 pounds. I was like 125. Like, dude, what are you trying to prove to me? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. What are you trying to prove to me? What are you trying to prove to me? What are you trying to prove to me? What do you want me to know that you can, beat me up? I'm sure you can. I would hope you can, because I would hate if I got to give you a right hook and you fall out. I mean, because, see, it ain't going to look good for you. It ain't going to look good for none of us. So I'm not talking to you. I'm not arguing with a man. I don't argue with a man. I actually do. I'm not arguing with a man. Why would I argue with you? Women, why are you sitting up arguing with a man? It shouldn't be happening. Let me tell you what that means. That's low vibration. It's very low vibrational. And that's what happened in low vibration. In low vibration, let me tell you what's been happening. Everybody's been taking this toxic thing and making it into a thing like, oh, toxic. I like a little bit of toxic. I like a little bit of crazy. I don't like a little bit of none of that, because a little bit of that is going to trigger me and make me spaz all the way out full blown. I've worked too hard on myself. So I don't want a little bit of anything. What I want is a man that's healed and healing. Because if that man is healed, that means that he's healed his outside, right? That means that he's disconnected from everybody and they drama and they mess. He not doing that no more. That means that man has said, you know what, I'm done. I don't want nothing to do with these crazy women. I ain't chasing no skirts no more. I'm trying to see what else is out there. Let me focus on me. And they healed the outside. They disconnect. They stop drinking. They stop smoking. They stop being around folks. They just start living in a whole nother way. People say, man, you boring now. How you going to find somebody if you sitting there? I don't have to find anybody, because what's for me is going to make itself available when it's time for me to meet that person. So, okay. And when a woman is healed, guess what? She heals on the inside. And when she heals on the inside, oh boy. Cherry baby, you gonna be there. You gonna be there. Listen, you talking to a straight 100% disability crash out over here. But I had to go through some things. But listen, so that woman is healing on the inside, and she realized everything is not that important. She just realized that, you know what, it's not about the whole women think that when they heal, they become more feminine. and then they become more feminine, but they still stupid. And I'm gonna say why they still stupid is because of the fact they still going off of a world of, I just need a man that's gonna talk to me this way and do this to me. And they still ain't looking at the big picture that they are powerful, stand in your power, operate. And that man, listen, you could be your own multimillionaire. And that man will come and he's gonna be a multimillionaire. Then y'all gonna become a billionaire and your kids gonna be trillionaires. You understand? So when that woman, she heals, women heal on the inside. We heal on the inside. We go within, we tap in spiritually, mentally, and physically. And that's what I talk about in my book. If you haven't got my book, Trinity Walk to Self-Love, join the book club. Trinity Walk to Self-Love is on Walmart, Barnes & Noble, and Amazon website. We go inside, and that was the trinity of it, is the spiritual, mental, and the physical part. We heal those things, right? Even though we still get attacked by people, it's some things that we don't know how to fight. And this is where I'm about to break it down to you at. Oh boy, that's a hornet. Let me make sure he's still over there. This is how I'm gonna break it down. Okay, you coming over here. Don't come over here, bruh. This is what I'm gonna break it down to you. Anyway, let me get on point. If I get stung, y'all pray for me. Thank you for the follow. I heal on the inside, and people still attack me. I don't know how to fight physically anymore, because now I done healed so much on the inside. I understand each feeling has, I put the right feeling to the right emotion. Now I understand that this, if this person would have said this to me before, oh my God, it's a whole nest. Where they coming from? This is what I'm talking about. They trying me. Cletus, they trying me. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me get off, because I got to be ready to run. Hey, lioness. Hey. Thank y'all for the gift. Thank y'all for the like. So listen. I heal on the inside. Now I match the right emotions to feelings now. Now I know that, okay, this person, I'm not crying anymore. This don't make me cry because I'm mad. I'm crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because I feel shamed. I'm crying. So you attach the right one. So now you don't know how to fight physically, because you used to fight everything physically. You used to, somebody say, I don't like your shoes. Now you want to go in, fight the right one. So now you don't know how to fight physically, because you used to fight everything physically. You used to, somebody say, I don't like your shoes. Now you want to go in fighting. Now that you healed, you realize that, oh, wait a minute. That's not right. That's not it. So that's what that man is for. Now remember, I just told you, I just fly, please move. This that man is healed on the outside. We heal on the inside, but that man inside not healed. He's still hurting a little bit because he still don't trust. Because he's not emotionally intelligent. It's a lot of emotions he never every time I come out here to talk to y'all about this, every time I talk about this topic, that bird, that blue jay come and sit on that same spot. So listen, so now that is your job, because you become emotionally intelligent. This is you, because you healed on the inside. That man has healed on the outside. He's going to teach you how to protect yourself by protecting you. Not for you having to do something. It's just him being able to protect you. You move, I move, just like that. You rocking, I'm rolling, just like that. I'm from the side. I came from your ribs. So therefore, you're going to know what it is that I'm about to do next. You're going to know what my next step is. Just like if I was to bend, if I'm sitting with my husband and I reach down, boyfriend, whatever it is, my significant other, and I reach down, and he is immediately going to take his hand and put it at the edge of the table. Not the fact that I'm clumsy, it's just the fact that he's my protector. He's my protector, so he wants to make sure that his baby girl is right. And his baby girl don't bump her head, because it can turn into a thing that now he got to leave the place. She going to have a knot on her head. Now he going to have to cater to her. Now it's going to be all, it could lead to all that. But it's at the same time that he's protecting her. And with her, she already sees and she knows that her husband is not that emotionally intelligent. So therefore, when a situation or something arises, she understands that, okay, it's not knows that her husband is not that emotionally intelligent. So therefore, when a situation or something arises, she understands that, okay, it's not about him being a punk, because it ain't about him being a punk. I know he gonna turn this place upside down, so I'm gonna go ahead and curve.